man to my right, the sports columnist from the Los Angeles Times after 10 years as a senior writer at ESPN, Arash Markazi here on the Rich Eisen Show now at the LA Times. Good to see you, sir.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. I was going to ask the question myself, but I figured I should have Stephen A. do it, right? Should I have Stephen A. do it, Chris?
What the hell happened?
Okay, so...
That's a good question.
Please answer it.
Listen, I think we knew who Magic was referring to when he was talking about whispering and backstabbing. I was really shocked, though, that he went into specifics about what Rob did. And the first thing that I kept thinking was Magic has said that he wants to still help this team in some capacity. In fact, he told us that yesterday in a separate conversation. I don't know how Rob Pelinka is going to now get on a phone or sit in front of, you go through the names, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie. He basically said this man is not to be trusted. He said that he sabotaged him, that he backstabbed him. Mm-hmm. How is Rob Pelinka supposed to bring in the next superstar that's going to help this team out? I have no idea how.
Because we had Chris Webber on the show in the first hour, and if his thought process is indicative of what other star athletes in the NBA think of Magic and view Magic and viewed what Magic had to say yesterday is the prevailing wisdom, then that's going to be a very difficult sell for Pelinka. C-Web basically said Magic was truth-telling yesterday. Yeah. I attempted to say to him, hey, look, to me it sounded like a different story from the bizarre press conference that he held in an impromptu manner on the last day of the season. You were there, I imagine,
exactly.
Right?
And by the way, Rob kind of confirmed what Magic said in terms of not always telling the truth. Rob can't just say, listen, we have a great relationship, some of the best years of my life for the last 2 years with Magic. Clearly, there's something there. So he almost, by taking the higher road, and by the way, he's not going to win that PR war, right? He's not going to beat Magic Johnson in a PR war, but you have to at least concede that it was a strained relationship. It's a little, you're not doing yourself much favors by saying, listen, I love Magic. We talk all the time. We'll grab food soon or something. It's not, and by the way, it's not their fault. They were put in this position by Jeanie Buss, who does deserve some blame for putting two people together who had never worked with each other. They don't know one another, and they've never run a team before. And so she kind of put two people together who didn't really know how to do their job.
So that's your headline today. Jeanie Buss needs to play a bigger role in Lakers reality show. Right now, the reality is this. It's May 21st, 2019. July 1, 2019, directly around the corner. Yeah. I mean, we are 5-6 weeks away. There's a general manager who you pointed out was just absolutely, what's the word for it? Clowned, denuded, whatever you want to call it, or neutered by Magic Johnson on ESPN First Take yesterday, to the point of the detriment of the rest of the free agent class coming. I said yesterday, and I'm wondering what you think, feel free to disagree, I don't need to have anything echoed back, is that the only guy who can fix this is LeBron. LeBron's the only guy who can go to every single one of those stars that you mentioned. We're good here. He's the only one that could basically go to Jeanie and say, we've got to do this. We've got to do that. Yeah. He's the one that can go in front of a microphone, whether it's on The Shop, on HBO, whatever. He was there yesterday,
correct? By the way, Rich, when I saw him, I said maybe this might be the one silver lining, the one bright spot to this day, that LeBron will come in and kind of vouch and give some support to Frank Vogel, give some support to Rob Pelinka. He did not at least publicly. We have not seen him since he was shut down for the season. So I'm assuming,
in terms of a microphone in traditional media settings, he has his phone in his hand anytime.
He could do that if he wants to. Yeah, I mean, by the way, he could send out a tweet if he wants to. He has not yet. He has The Shop. He could do it on The Shop. Again, if he can lend some credibility to what's happening with the team, that would go a long way. He has not done that yet.
Why do you think so?
Because I don't think he likes what's happening with the team. I don't think that they hired the coach that he wanted them to hire, which was Ty Lue. I don't think he likes the current structure. I think Magic Johnson was a reason he came here. Now, at the end of the day, I think he wanted to come to Los Angeles. It wasn't so much because of the team. I think he wanted to come here. He's got his companies here. He's got his homes here. He wants to live here. That's why I don't think he's going to chase a championship in Toronto or someplace else. But I don't think he likes what's happening. I think he's going to make the most of it, because when I hear stories about them wanting to trade LeBron or LeBron wanting to be traded, that's not true. They will not trade LeBron, and LeBron does not want to be traded.
Well, what LeBron doesn't want, I imagine, is the conversation of the final act of his career being he was in a spot just for his next businesses, and it was really neither here nor there for him if he wanted to win a championship.
I agree. And I think that's why he's got to do what you've suggested, is basically be a more commanding presence in calling these guys. Now, whether that's Kyrie Irving or someone else, I don't think they're in the running for KD. I don't think they're in the running for Kawhi. But maybe it's Kyrie, maybe it's someone else. But he has got to kind of really be a more assertive figure in this. And maybe he is behind the scenes, certainly in front of the camera. He has not been that guy.
Well, your colleague, Arash Markazi, here at the LA Times, Bill Plaschke, said in your newspaper today that his body language in yesterday's press conference looked like a guy who's checked out. Yeah, is what he said.
It's hard to say when someone doesn't talk to you, you can only go off of what he's doing. And so he's in the back drinking a cup of water or coffee. He's playing hoops. He's talking to his friends. And, he doesn't have to talk to us, but I think it would have went a long way to say, listen, I like Frank Vogel. He's a good man. I think this is a good hire. Rich, I don't think he's saying that because he doesn't believe it maybe just yet. And by the way, he thought Ty Lue was going to be the coach, and Ty Lue did think he was going to be the coach. So what he thought was going to pan out has not yet.
So let's get into that here. Why isn't Ty Lue the coach here?
Listen, I think Ty Lue is a very proud man. He thought he deserved 5 years. He deserved that commitment.
Well, look, if the Lakers only offered him 3, they're basically saying to him, we want you here just for LeBron.
Yeah.
We do not believe in you as the Laker coach post-LeBron. We don't believe in you as the guy who can bridge post-LeBron to the next era with whatever championship quality we build. We need to wait and see on that. We know what you can do with LeBron. We need to wait and see what you can do without him. And I don't blame him for basically saying pound sand, but then I can also see Pelinka, if he is in the realm that Magic says that he is, which he views things in terms of leverage or not. He might be a leverage junkie. Trust me, I've come across a ton of those in my era of the business of negotiating contracts in the on-air portion of my life. I mean, where else are you going to find 5 years,
That's
Ty?
what the Lakers' standpoint was. You're not even being talked to, and he actually is not. He's not in the conversation for a job right now. That being said, as you mentioned, he was already going to be perceived as LeBron's guy. So at least give me a 4 or 5 year deal where you're not aligning my contract for LeBron's got 2 years left or 3 years left. That's your contract. The issue was Ty Lue was the perfect coach for this team. I mean, he's someone that LeBron likes and respects and has a track record with. But here's what I don't get. The reason the Magic and Rob dynamic did not work, you put two people together who've never worked together, have no loyalty. Now you've done that with the coaching staff. You brought in Jason Kidd, a man who wanted the job, very publicly wanted that job, and you forced him upon Frank Vogel, who I actually think is a good coach and has a chance for success. But he's walking in, and his successor is right next to him. It made no sense.
It doesn't make much sense. Let's hit the couple things that don't make any sense one by one then, and just parse it out. Arash Markazi of the Los Angeles Times here on the Rich Eisen Show. So they made a decision, or Pelinka made a decision that got the check mark from Jeanie Buss, one would assume, of prioritizing leverage over what's best for the LeBron Lakers.
Yeah.
By saying to Ty Lue, where are you getting 5 years from? You don't have any leverage. Yeah. Where his leverage is like, well, I'm the right guy for the right job right now, and LeBron wants me. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't viewed as more important than having the leverage of giving him a 3-year contract, trying to squeeze 2 fewer years out of him. If I'm LeBron, I'm sitting there going, what the hell is that all about?
Exactly. And by the way, he wasn't only LeBron's guy. Phil Jackson said that's the right guy for the job. Magic Johnson, if you care what he says, felt that was the right guy for the job. And so
then why did he not get hired then? Because they don't believe that LeBron. Does Pelinka deep down think that it's a power struggle between him and LeBron? That or
Or they just did not love Ty Lue as much as LeBron did and Phil Jackson and Magic Johnson.
But they love Frank Vogel more?
But here's what I don't get, is that you would lose this man because of 1 or 2 more years. This is a $4 billion franchise. I mean, like, who cares if it's 1 or 2 more years? But I think they were still shocked that Ty Lue walked away from the deal, because they were saying, where are you getting this offer from? And I think he was just proud. And by the way, you go down the list of guys. Luke Walton preferred Sacramento. Monty Williams preferred Phoenix. Ty Lue preferred his couch. I mean, that's the state of the franchise right now, that you would prefer Sacramento, you would prefer Phoenix, and you would prefer your couch. I mean, that's where the Lakers are right now.
And then the other thing that doesn't make sense that you pointed out is Vogel having Jason Kidd on the bench, where I guess they split it. They gave one guy the head coaching role and the other guy is this is for you, LeBron role.
That's the problem here. I mean, you're putting him together with a man that LeBron has a relationship with. They were teammates on Team USA. They won gold together. They're friends. If LeBron has a problem or, he wants to talk something out, he's probably going to go to Jason Kidd first. And Jason Kidd already has a track record of trying to kind of sabotage people or try to backstab people to get his way. Maybe that's why Rob Pelinka likes him. I'm not sure. But why they were insistent upon putting him with Frank Vogel. If you like Jason Kidd so much, hire Jason Kidd. In fact, that dynamic may have had a chance. Jason Kidd, head coach, Frank Vogel as his lead, number 2 lieutenant. Jason Kidd's not going to be a lieutenant. Jason Kidd wants to be the captain of the team.
Well, then before we send you back down the Imperial Highway to the Los Angeles Times, you could walk to here.
I parked.
You can walk to the Lakers facility. I mean, it's
great.
It's remarkable. We're talking about walking distance for anything in Los Angeles is something. Arash Markazi here on the show. All right, we were talking, yes, because this does sound like Game of Thrones, and obviously we've got Thrones on the brain since it was just 48 hours removed. Brockman said yesterday, who has the ability, and which character is the one that can breathe fire on Magic's statue and melt it like the throne? And Del Tufo, in a remarkable moment of clarity,
amazing,
it was like Costanza spotting dimes on the floor, said Kobe. What role does he have? Does he have any, or is he literally just in charge of his own EGOT campaign that I'm sure he's going to actually succeed in?
This is very interesting.
And coaching his daughter. I mean, where does he stand in all this?
I don't think Kobe wants a day-to-day responsibility, but the only reason Rob Pelinka has the job he has is because of Kobe Bryant. And I think we need to hear from Jeanie Buss. We need to hear from certain people. I want to hear from Kobe Bryant at some point because, again, Rob Pelinka is in the position he's in because of Kobe. What is Kobe's thoughts about this? What is Kobe's thoughts about what Magic Johnson just said about his friend? It's very unique. And the soap opera for this team, amazing that we're in the conference finals, and the most fascinating story is with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Because they're a Tiffany franchise in all of sports. I'm not just talking about the NBA.
Yeah.
You want to talk about an international brand that Magic said he would buy if the phone rang. Was that odd to you too? He was asked point blank if he would buy the Lakers.
They're not for sale, but I don't think Magic would have a hard time putting together the Guggenheim Group, for example, to purchase them. Again, I think what Jeanie has to do is bring in someone who has a track record for success of running a team. Rob Pelinka's never run a team. Magic Johnson's never run a team. Tim Harris, Linda Rambis, you go down. These are all fine people. They've never run a team before. So when you go back to Dr. Jerry Buss, he entrusted Jerry West to run the team. And you go across the street or across town to the Clippers, and you got Steve Ballmer, and you got Jerry West, and you got Doc Rivers. If you're a player and as someone who grew up in Los Angeles, I cannot believe the signature franchise that you would want to go to is now the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, they're the ones heading to the playoffs. They're the ones with a Coach of the Year candidate. They're the ones with also a contract that's open. Do you think that that's more attractive to Kawhi? Because you said 100%. Kawhi's not coming to the Lakers.
He's not coming to the Lakers because he's either staying or going to the Clippers. And I think the Clippers may be in the running for KD. So you look at the top 2 guys, KD and Kawhi. Gosh. If they're going to come to Los Angeles, is with the Clippers, not with the Lakers.
I guess I'm coming full circle here. I still think that KD's not going anywhere.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Why would he leave a situation?
No, but Richard, don't you think that if they run the table, which they've won 6 straight without him,
right? Sure.
Does that I think that makes you feel like, man, I kind of have to go somewhere else to prove myself.
No, I think that they could win it with, they can win 10 games without me. I was obviously a key component to winning the first back-to-back that they've now won a third. Part of it was me getting them to the 1 seed in the West. Part of it was me getting to the point of a Game 5 against the Rockets. Point of it is I love these guys and they love me. I love that new arena that's being opened up. They're going to open up my heart, their treasure and hearts. I love living in the Bay Area. Why the hell would I want to go down to the Clippers and try and start something new, or go to the Knicks? I mean, you got to be kidding me. That's the way I'm thinking.
No,
I might be
think
completely
you
wrong.
Probably are right. And by the way, Klay Thompson is the best example of that, where he's from Los Angeles. His dad works for the team. There is no chance he's leaving that. He loves the Warriors. And his dad has even told him, do not leave.
Again, just to bring it all, again, full circle, button it up here. If I'm LeBron and I see, okay, Kobe's got his guy as the general manager, and I can't get my guy as the coach, and I'm on the team, and Kobe's down in Orange County coaching his daughter and winning EGOTs, I'd be sitting there staring at the wall for a split second.
And I don't know how upset he is right now, but he was upset.
If this everything I've just said into this microphone is an accurate, total 100% what is happening portrayal of what's going on down the street, ask Arash the poll question before we send him back to
Arash, who's the MVP of the playoffs so far? Giannis, Kawhi, Steph, Draymond.
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say Kawhi, just because I don't even know if that team wins a series without him. I just think in that first round, and I always thought he would come to Los Angeles, but that last second series clinching shot, if he stays, it's because of that shot.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
What's the results as they currently stand?
Steph 39%, Draymond 24%.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.